Master Obi-Wan Kenobi. I regret to report that both our Jedi Order and the Republic have fallen, with the dark shadow of the Empire rising to take their place. This message is a warning and a reminder for any surviving Jedi. Trust in the Force.
They've outgrown their age of rebellion, dulled the Empire's edge, defeated Imperial generals and the Pirate Queen's dredge. They've been soldiers and scoundrels, what's there left to be? How about lost acolytes looking for their force and destiny? There's a seer, hermit, investigator, and teacher. Better watch your back or a vibro ring's gonna reach you. Will this team find the light or will darkness win the day? Find out with the heroes of the Hydian Way.
Previously on Heroes of the Hydian Way, 4 heroes landed on Cato Nemoidia in search of the legacy of Soljo Ward. As on Arbuine, the name Ward has left more than just a bad taste in the locals' mouths, and learning anything has been difficult. They have ventured to the Undercity. They have crashed through the Upper City as well, meeting individuals from all walks of life, such as spice dealers, a man calling himself an Inquisitor, and most recently, a very dangerous bounty hunter. After taking a night to breathe, they're back on the trail and as ready as possible. But who will Jaro throw at them next? Join them this week as they go factory finding.
Welcome to Heroes of the Hydian Way. This is a Star Wars actual play podcast, and we're playing in Fantasy Flight Games' Force and Destiny system, using the Chronicles of the Gatekeeper adventure as developed by Tim Cox and Max Brook. This is Act 2, Episode 13, and I'm Ben, the GM for this adventure.
I'm Koba, the Doug Sentinel investigator / Sheehan expert.
I am Hillary, High Lord Hillary Alaric of the Flying Alarics, purportedly a council teacher / generally gifted individual for making up titles.
I've never heard of that spec before.
But you can't deny that I am generally gifted.
I really can't. I'm Kesh, the Trandoshan Mystic Seer, and don't have anything else to add to that.
Oh, I do.
Ouch.
And I'm Skip, the Kalaran Seeker Hermit. And I am now worried that somebody's going to have something very pointed to say about that on my part.
A kind and gifted survivalist.
Yeah, I survived because I don't eat suspicious breakfast.
Do you know, I'm feeling really good and energized from that delicious pastry.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any more of those scones, Skip?
A nut paste in it. So there's protein as well as the energy.
To learn more about our heroes, we get one to ask another a question. And it is now Hillary's turn.
Koba, I have what may amount to be a strange question.
All right.
So, you use these vibro rings. How did you come to that? They're such an odd weapon.
Well, there was this gank assassin. It's a long story. Look, they're not as clumsy or random as a blaster.
Can you juggle them?
No, I cannot juggle them. They are not to be juggled.
Oh.
Have you ever tried?
Would you let me try? That's 3 questions. I'll stop.
I guess you can try. I'm just telling you before you do so I can leave the room.
The camera picks up. You can see the front part of a mouse droid as it scurries along the main floor of the landing complex. You can see, blown up bigger than what seems natural, showing the perspective of, there's the Biscuit Baron kiosk. Trundles on a little more, there's a Spenterprise kiosk. And then trundles on by the customs agents, and we see the heroes with a fair amount of equipment and a hover trunk that is being pushed by Hillary, I think?
Should be a taller person.
Camera picks up from there, and focuses in on our group of heroes of the Hydian Way. Oh, yeah, it's good to see you again. It's been so busy here at the landing port. I mean, like, what's going on? Is there that tournament thing that you were talking about, Mr. Doug?
No. It's a professional function.
Like, that sounds pretty intense and all formal-like. Explains why a lot of you are in that, like, really put-together outfits.
Mm-hmm.
Hillary tugs at his lapels. Put together indeed. Goes a long way to look well pressed. Thank you again for your delivery this morning, Doug. That was lovely.
Oh, no, I'm Bob. That's Doug.
Oh, Bob. Excuse me. But you know what? Sorry, Doug got a calf when he came up this morning. Would you like... He produces from a pocket a pastry.
I would love one, but, like, I'm on duty, and it's totally against the rules for me to take anything from
bribery.
passenger.
Yes, we
Yeah.
can't have that. I would not wish to besmirch your good name. You do such a wonderful job here. I mean, with all of this scanning and wand waving.
It's a job, and you meet some really nice people here. And some not so nice ones, but also some nice ones.
Well, that's good. Is it a very long line today? We should be about our business.
Well, there was a bit of one, but you've made it through now. So, well, then there's that hut back there with his retinue, but yeah, we'll deal with them afterwards.
Let us make this an expedient experience as possible. We don't want to hold up the huts. I know that they can be a little bit testy.
Mm-hmm.
Come, Skippington, let us make this easy for them.
Skip looks real proud of themselves. All right.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to motion grandly for you to open the trunk so they can, look at the trunk and be like, oh, that's nothing shifty going on in there. Hillary will have grabbed a bunch of the non-dangerous looking relics and kind of piled them in there so that they look like we have business to attend to which we must attend.
Okay.
I'm posing like you guys can see me. Like any of you can see me. But he does a little flourish towards Skip and kind of nods for Skip to flourish and open the trunk for them to take a quick gander at it.
And Skip will do so, trying to look as nonchalant as Skip can.
Oh, well, what do you got? Oh, that looks pretty impressive there. Like, there's... What is that?
Oh, well, that is, that, as far as I can tell from my research, is a Thespasian death mask. Best not to touch it. Rumor says it's cursed.
Oh, like that musician, right?
Yes. Hillary looks at everybody else like, musician? Anywho, so that is a death mask, which, as I said, we should not touch. This is a high calf set. It's very lovely, very elegant, but it's not actually a treasure. It's just, well, it's my treasure. And this is a ceremonial truncheon from, I can't remember where. My buyer will know, though.
Course.
Is this all good? Are we good?
Yeah, should be good.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, do I need to do anything else for you?
Do remember to register your sales, and yeah, should be good.
I can do that. I'm very good at registering and signing things. He nods efficiently. Like, yep, I can do this. Well, we'll just be on our merry way then. Skippington?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
On my merry way.
We'll have you a lord in no time. Thank you, Sir Bob.
Oh, no, I'm just Bob. No, I haven't been knighted at all.
Well, I dub thee for the moment, sir. Have a brilliant day.
Thank you.
And Hillary motions to start moving the thing.
Next.
If I can't be Lord High Lord, then why does he get to be Sir?
You're already the Sir. I'm just using the formal name. You're Skippington instead of Sir Skip.
All right.
Besides, I think we're going to start you out maybe as a Doge. Never been quite sure what a Doge is, but it's cool sounding.
I think it's some sort of canid.
Anyway, Skip and Hillary move along. If you need a distraction, just let me know.
Oh, hey there, Frank. It's so good to see you.
Oh, you mean me, right? Hey, Bob?
Yes.
Okay, I got it.
Sir
Totally.
Bob!
Yeah, well, the trams do seem to come along pretty often.
Yeah, it just seems like everywhere I go, they're constantly right over my shoulder.
Oh, wow. Like a train mancer.
Yeah, you, mind if I come through?
Oh, no. Have you figured out what it is with that staff there?
You know, I really still don't know. Haven't had much of a chance to, play around with it.
Oh, like, okay then.
Yeah. But believe me, when I find out, you'll be the first person I tell.
Oh, good. Goody.
Well, you keep doing good work, Bob.
You too, Frank.
As she's walking, like, through the checkpoint, we have, like, a shot of her, like, holding the staff up off the ground a little bit, kind of, I guess, like, playing around with it, sort of poking at it a little bit, not really sure, how to even go about investigating this thing when she does have a real chance.
Shake it.
Shake. Bang it around on something. I mean, it definitely looks like an emitter here, but I don't see a trigger.
Hopefully you do find it. It's an interesting puzzle, though.
Yeah.
What would people put electronics in a staff like that for?
I don't know, might help us out with our performance, who knows.
Ah.
Yeah. Anyway, have a good day. I think Cash is gonna keep moving forward.
Is Koba going to try and misdirect on him, or is Koba going to just go up to the wicket?
I think Koba will go through, but is likely to misdirect on his lightsaber to make it look like something different.
Okay.
Something that would plausibly have a power source in it, but would be innocuous.
Stun baton?
Sure.
Oh.
A ceremonial truncheon, perhaps.
If that's a thing that is like legal here that they wouldn't worry about.
Lightsabers they would worry about. A lot of melee weapons, not so much.
Yeah, so all Final Fantasy weapons, they're probably going to get checked.
Yeah, probably. Oh, hey there.
Hi.
So, let's see. Manifest from yesterday. Vibro weapons. A personal revolver. Seems like the scan's coming up. Oh, there's a personal hand weapon. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay, I'll just note that down and you're free to go, sir.
Thanks. You have a good one.
You too. May your business dealings here in Jorah be fruitful for you.
Thanks. I rolled a bunch of dark side pips to use that misdirect, so I'm going to have to flip a point and take a conflict to make it actually looks like something innocuous.
Okay.
Because it sounded like he looked at it anyway. Like,
yeah.
It does need to.
It would have triggered Doug's scanning one, so yeah, you would have needed to explain that.
But it's just one conflict, because you're just using a pip?
Yeah, I only need one pip.
Okay.
It would be more conflict if I needed more pips, but for this use I only need one pip, since I only need to affect one person, and the object is small.
Well, that went more smoothly than anticipated.
Yeah. Here I thought you were going to have to sing a song.
I had a dance ready, too.
Ah. Well, you can do it later when we're Well, when we need it.
Yeah, I do need credits. I can do it at the bar later if I need to. So, shall we go?
Yeah, we got a factory to get to.
Are you looking to rent a speeder or just continue on taking the tram?
So, you think we might want to rent a speeder? Been getting by in public transportation, but it does slow us down, and given there are several eyes on us, the maneuverability and flexibility might be good.
Also, it's somewhere to leave the trunk.
Also that.
Mm.
All right, let's see if we can get something.
To Spenterprise.
The Spenterprise kiosk, it's the droid there, and it's pretty much just registered, pay for 2 days, which is 50 creds a day, and get paid 2 days up front and get a fairly average land speeder for you.
Yeah, how much was it?
100 credits.
100. Kesh can go ahead and spring for that.
What vehicle does Kesh pick out?
She'll consult the group in terms of it. I think her initial thought is to go for something fairly plain, something that would blend in well with general traffic here, not something flashy that's going to stand out. Going for more functionality and hopefully staying off people's radar.
Like a van, probably.
I mean, that's a possibility. I was still thinking, more like a car, but
Like a space Aztec.
sure.
Am I the only one that remembers what an Aztec looks like?
I know what Aztec is.
Yeah,
No, no idea.
I don't know cars.
with the camper add-on possible.
Aztec was routinely hailed as one of the ugliest vehicles ever made.
Well, we don't want it to be so ugly that it stands out. Just like really plain.
So a fleet car of some variety.
Yeah.
The Ford Bland.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially, yeah, but
Yeah. All right. I guess Skip, you're driving.
Yeah.
You do have a license, right?
A license for what?
Okay, just don't get pulled over. She'll pass you the keys.
Skip's just real confused. Alright. Do you need a license on Nemoidia?
I don't know. This is Star Wars. I don't even know if we actually have keys for these things.
I don't really know either.
It's like the new keyless entry or keyless start cars that still give you a key. So you sit down and you go to put the key in and it just tunk. Oh. Never mind then.
All right. Since I paid for it, I claim shotgun.
That's fine then. If you'll help me load the trunk into the trunk, I will sit in the back.
I'll do that.
Thank you.
And Cash has to move her seat all the way back.
Good thing I'm short.
Hmm.
At least they don't require a car seat.
Factory Dornesk 13 is a towering factory complex. Smoke and sparks belch forth from pipes and chimneys that emerge at sundry odd angles. As with most structures on Jorah, its limited horizontal space requires a factory to make the most available with vertical space. You can see on the side Dajco, droid parts, and computer components. There's a front borders almost immediately on the street. There's parking stall that a Skip is able to pull into, the sidewalk, and then the entrance. Actually, there'd be a fence and then the entrance. The fence towards the entrance is open, just there is a fence there.
After we park, before we walk up, Hillary's gonna rummage through the trunk for a moment and he's gonna pull out. It's just a little ornate box of some fancy multicolored wood with a very nice metal corners and hinges, and he pops it open and pulls a couple of things out and then puts them in his pocket, shuts everything up, and straightens his coat. Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have a business card? Is that how we know where to come?
You were given directions by Tika.
Yeah, by Tika. We're looking for Tor Hido.
Hido.
hideout?
There is a pathway that you could mosey around back to probably like the loading docks, or you can go in through the front.
Do we have a story for why we should talk to this hideout? I guess. Well, they're the supervisors, so that's a good start.
I would say until we actually meet this individual, the story we give is business.
All right.
Nothing specific. Hillary taps his nose, which is most of his face, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, you're the charmer, as you've reminded us.
Largely because I don't like the use of the word schmooze. It's just so unclean feeling. But yes, I suppose I can go first. Koba?
Hillary.
I don't know. Stop me if you think you need to. It is like a stage, and I don't want to be too much for the stage. He smiles, kind of weakly. This is less legitimate than he usually is, though he's not unfamiliar with the process. Is there a front gate or guardhouse?
Do you know how with some factories you've got like the administrative part to the factory, and then there's the actual factory itself, the more warehouse area?
Mm-hmm.
This one has the administrative side right up against, or at least most of the administrative side, right up against the edge of the street, and then the factory's in behind that.
All right.
Going in through the front door?
Yep. Nobody is directing me otherwise, so I'm gonna walk as tall as I can and kind of make everybody stand up straight and go forward.
As the four of you walk in, you see behind a series of panels that are at waist height for the droid, a clean-lined administration droid that does look to be somewhat related to a good old B1 droid on account of, well, they built a lot of B1s way back in the day. Why would they change?
Oh, hello.
Greetings, my fine droid.
Welcome to Tajko. How may I be of assistance today?
I believe we are looking for an individual by the name of Tor Haito? Haito?
Oh, yes, Supervisor Torhado. Does the supervisor know that you were coming?
We were sent this direction, but I don't know, because we are acting on behalf of a third party.
Oh, okay. Let me look.
And types away on one of the screens that is next to the droid. Turns back to you.
Oh yes, they are on shift today. I will ping their datapad and let them know that you'll meet them in their office. If you follow the directions, it would be appreciated. No going off into the factory beyond outside of the aquamarine lines. If you do, Tajko does not take responsibility for any lost limbs or loss of life. Please keep within the aquamarine lines, and you will need to go through the first 3 intersections up the stairs, and it'll be on your first right.
3 intersections? Up the stairs, first right.
Yes.
Excellent. Good. Do we need badges or cards or anything?
Their hands go underneath their desk. As the four of you are just sort of looking around, there's very abruptly flash, 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 flash. Pulls up, picks up, hands to Hillary the 4 badges with clips on them. Each one with a very bad picture of the 4 of you. I'm thinking only Hillary is actually looking at the camera when it takes the picture.
My eyes are closed.
At least all of your face is in the picture. It's only the top half of my head.
I'm somehow just in silhouette.
Oh, I thought you did that on purpose.
It's a good one of Gudge, though.
Oh, where do you even clip that?
I don't know. I have a lapel.
Cash is going to stick hers on her scarf since the armor's not going to hold it too well.
3 intersections, up the stairs, first on the right. He throws a casual salute to the droid, and Aquamarine.
Aquamarine?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Well, none of you listening, don't leave the Aquamarine. That is the safety zone. Otherwise, Tajko does not take responsibility for loss of limb and loss of life.
Oh, yeah, I just tune out any of those like safety warnings.
Goodness.
We're going to go where we need to go. You didn't hear any of that, droid.
At least one of us was paying attention. Hillary holds his hand up like you see a tour guide do, just to kind of signal, this way we're going, which is more effective for people that are taller, but, they know to look for him.
I mean, it's also kind of appropriate because you're the best dressed among us. As we're just walking along, you kind of do look like the executive tour guide.
Yeah, I'm well put together. All right. What is it like walking? Are these just tiled, boring hallways with an aquamarine line, or?
It starts off that way. The first intersection is just a cross hallway that goes to a lot of the offices, and you can see down at the end of one is a lunchroom. The next intersection is the first intersection on the other side of a set of doors that is the perimeter walkway for a factory. And inside, this is where they do the droid part stamping and computer part stamping.
Like stamping labels or stamping the actual metal shapes?
Stamping the actual metal shapes.
Okay.
I'm thinking the end of Attack of the Clones. The droid factory there.
Okay, so clearly we need to have a fight in the factory.
I remember the Lego level for this. It wasn't a lot of fun, gonna be honest. And that's all I remember of this.
Climbing the bare metal stairs, you reach Torhido's office. The room is sparsely furnished with a computer terminal set atop a utilitarian metal desk. A large floor-to-ceiling window overlooks the primary manufacturing area. A network of conveyor belts, smelting tanks, assembler droids, and overlapping walkways several stories tall. A middle-aged Nemoidian turns from the window as you enter. His face falls visibly. He clears his throat and attempts to regain his composure. Yes, may I help you?
Okay, does anybody actually remember what Tika told us about, why we were sent here? Specific.
No.
So she talked about the whole thing with Ward, that Ward changed, his optimism faded, that he killed several leaders during a negotiation.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe she sent us here to learn more about what happened on that day. I forget if Hido was a part of that or bore witness. I don't remember that specifically, but...
The name Ward mean anything to you?
Oh. Tika said they could be by. Yeah. Knew someone would eventually be coming after him, but I didn't figure that today would be that day.
Koba's going to take a few steps, closer to this guy, though not threateningly so, if possible, not weapons drawn or anything. And I would like to try to sense him, figure out what his emotional state is, if he's on edge now that we've arrived, if he's hostile or just what he's feeling.
Okay.
I got a couple light pips, which I can use to, just sense his emotional state, basically. Is
So his emotional state is, this is bringing up a lot of frustrations he had in the past. He has good memories of Ward, but he's also got a lot of frustrations for what Ward would and wouldn't do. He's kind of interested in helping you, but he's also very uncertain as to why anyone's looking into Ward. So,
sure, fair enough. I know you probably have every reason to be wary of us. Coming and asking after Ward after all of these years, and considering some of the Empire's policies.
Yes, the Empire.
But we're trying to find out what happened and set things right.
So you're here about Ward. Oh. That's a hard tale to tell, especially from way back in the day. So many things went on with Ward. Is there a thing that you're wanting in particular, or Jorah was shaped by Ward? it's impressive how much one of those generals could do. And how much they would cut ambitions off.
Two things, really. One, I understand that he may have left some kind of crystal here. We're looking for it. Two, we want to know the end. We know something happened, something messy. We need details.
Well, okay, this is a point where I'm thinking a social check kind of needs to be done.
All right.
But I will leave it up to the group as to which kind of social check is being run.
I feel like overall we're being fairly direct and sincere.
Okay, so that sounds like a charm check on him.
Oh boy.
It can be a group one.
It's
I
about
know
to
Emma's been talking, but
Yeah.
Hey, Hillary's done some talking at the beginning too.
Yeah. If a friend here is sort of resistant, it's probably best that somebody else try to talk him into being more open, unless he is susceptible to the social elements of Streetwise, which I know are vague. Or unless we start lying. We can do that.
Let's not start there, maybe. I'm sure we'll end up there at some point, but I think if when Koba says something happened, something messy, Hillary will just kind of smile and say, we just need to understand, you know, and do a kind of a sad shrug, thus joining the check officially.
nothing good comes from talking about Ward in those times. That is going to be 1 red and 2 purple.
Okay. 1 red, 2 purple. I bring 3 green and a yellow. 3 green and 2 yellow. Sorry, 2 green and 2 yellow. I was looking at my cool for some reason. Anybody have anything else to include?
Mm-mm.
No.
I'm going to go with you be getting a boost from Koba.
Okay, and can we have a boost since we were sent here in theory by somebody he trusts?
I'm going to go with no.
Okay, that's fine.
I've got a couple reasons for that, but yeah, I'm going to go with no. At least at the moment.
Okay. Do you want to roll it, Brandon?
Oh, no, that should be you.
Okay, red, purple, purple, yellow, yellow, green, green. Boost! Just a side note, the brother Matt from Soul of Zero made a blank boost die emoji for the chat because I had some terrible rolls.
Hey, is this considered an opposed check?
Yeah, this is an opposed check.
Okay.
Could I realized that maybe I can help out in some way. We've done this before. It's not normally it's not something we do very often, but if I were to sense an advantage here to add 2 set back to the NPC skill check, could that get Hillary 2 boosts?
Yeah, I'll go with it.
All right, I'm gonna sense advantage then for you. Get 2 more boosts.
I'm not sure what that means.
It means you will get 2 more boost dice. Basically, the force is influencing things a little bit, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, since ordinarily it adds 2 setback dice to an NPC skill check, but outside of combat, NPCs don't tend to make very many skill checks.
Yeah, it's...
Sense advantage, is that part of your tree? Or
Yeah, it's a talent.
Okay.
It's a force talent in particular.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, that was close.
Yeah, I'll take it.
That
So-
too, but also 3 advantage, which is nice.
Yeah, so 1 success, 3 advantage. And a blank red.
Alright, well, you didn't hear this from me. If it gets out that I knew Ward, bad things happen to collaborators here. And, well, Ward came to me a few times. I was an informant for him. Like, yeah. I don't know why I was singled out. Maybe he saw something that I would do, or maybe he just knew that once he came to me, I was going to treat him right. I don't know. What we did was, I was a bit of a double agent. I would work on the separatist side and help Ward figure out who were spies, who were insurgents, and we did that for months. But Ward started to become. I was providing him with a lot of evidence when someone I said was going to be planting bombs. Usually, they found them with bomb-making material. Like, it wasn't just some kid that had a hot head or something. But Ward started to go. It seemed to be miraculous that Ward was going in and arresting people well before that they'd even collected up any of the material. And he was just running rife, and people were getting more and more and more and more annoyed, and it was becoming something that was just too much. But he was a Jedi, and what could you do? As he started to arrest more people, as he was trying to become a lot more proactive, I saw him less and less as time went on, because he seemed to be going on his own ideas instead of what we were able to provide him. But
Are you saying he was pursuing his own sort of investigation style, some sort of pre-crime?
That's as good of a name as you could call it. Yeah, he was getting out there, and sometimes they were just coming down. One of the kids that he picked up, well, they were just starting to talk to a chemical seller. They had no money had changed hands, nothing like that, but they were there, they were talking to a chemist, and arrest a guy just for talking to a chemist. Like, it was, I don't know. But with that, I mean, the only reason why I'm working with the Republic at this point was because that was the winning side. I could see it at that point. They just had more people coming in. They had the clones, they were pumping those out, and just, you could see the clones, and they were around, and they had the Trade Federation wasn't putting out droids anywhere near as fast as clones were taking them down. So, but that isn't entirely what you were asking about. What you were asking about was Ward, and who knows things. So I knew a bunch of people. I knew a bunch of shady people. The spies, the informers, the ones who were selling out the Republic, the ones who were selling out the Separatists. Wow. There's one that they never found. And while I don't know exactly what happened that day, this one, they had hollow cameras everywhere. They had the entire Undercity wired. If anyone knows what happened that day, they wouldn't just know, they would have holographic proof of what happened. I found out about him, and I was going to tell Ward, but then the whole thing happened. There's something that happened in the palace. I know that that's where they went. I got to go there once. It was amazing. Marble, Wusher wood. It was just amazing. But the opulence was just astounding. But I don't know. Like, it was just, something happened down there. But Zell Nagat.
Zell, was it?
This was the separatists that had the mission to follow Ward. He didn't follow him, he used holo cameras. And there was a network all over. If anyone knows what the heck happened that day, it was Zell.
Are they still on planet?
Yeah. If you think I'm paranoid about talking about people in those days, There's few things worse than a failed spy.
Mhm.
And now he lives in the residential district. There's a apartment building there that he's in. He took it over. He booby-trapped like 3 floors, and he's in the middle of this fortress. He did it during the war, and no one's been wanting to get him out since. He stays in there, we stay out here, everything's fine. But if anyone's going to know, it's going to be him.
So the lead you're giving us is a a former spy in a heavily trapped, you use the word fortress, who has hollow cameras everywhere. This will be fun. Do you know anything about any crystals associated with Ward?
He had 2 that he used as focuses when he would look off into the distance and then get one of his silly ideas. He'd bring him out alternatively, but last I saw, he had them. You didn't see him that often, but yeah, he did have them.
Guess we should see about having a word with this Zell.
Yes, thank you for your time, Heido.
Don't leave town.
Koba.
I'm joking. Maybe leaving town would make good sense.
Hillary will smile and kind of shoot Koba a look, like, seriously, this is where he lives.
I'm just trying to add some levity.
I see. Well, thank you for your assistance. And if you're ever needing entertainment for any events, feel free to call upon us. My name is Hillary. I am an entertainer. These are my friends. I go around offering my entertainment services.
Wonderful. And then suddenly, as I used 2 Dark Destiny points, the roar of anti-grav engines drowns out Heido's voice as several swoops careen through the open loading doors of the factory. Nemoidian gangers waving blaster pistols begin indiscriminately firing on the factory's droids and sentient workers as they zoom towards your position.
Maybe we should go.
Yeah, that seems, yes.
So they're coming straight at us.
They are coming more or less in your general direction.
How many sentients are in the factory versus droids?
I'm going to go with that there's about 11 swoop gangers and 20 Nemoidians who are working the lines, as well as 100 plus droids that are dealing with different aspects of the lines.
And the gang members are shooting at droids and sentients both?
The sentients are mostly ducking in behind. The droids are not really caring too much, or they are moving to protect themselves, but they are not doing too much. And they're pretty unwieldy droids. Like, you're talking load lifters.
Oh no!
The ones who will move around the different cups of magma or metal, molten metal, and that.
Yeah.
All right, somebody get a boombox. Let's get a conga line going.
Don't suppose these swoop gangers are friends of yours.
Heido is ducking in behind. He's pulled a hold-up blaster, and he is ducking in behind his desk.
So our setting, we're in like Heido's office. So are we like watching this like through a window, and they're just like going through hallways and stuff?
We're overlooking the factory floor.
Heido's office overlooks, like, he's shift supervisor for the factory.
Okay, you're right. I literally just need to picture my workplace, and I understand now.
And this is they manufacture droid parts, so they don't do the final droid assembly, but they do droid parts.
Gotcha.
So, like, the Attack of the Clones giant stampers of droid parts, like from the Geonosian one, and you've got walkways going in between. This is on the side of the bridge, so you've got floors going down, you've got floors going up, you've got catwalks going up for like 10, 20 floors, and you've got almost the same going down. instead of this being like a giant 2-acre factory that's spread out flat, it's gone vertical.
Right.
So there are a bunch of walkways. Like you've got so many different things around that. Like you've got pressure tanks. You've got the giant cups of molten metal.
So they're down on like the ground floor. We're what, like short range above them right now?
I figured that you'd be at medium range from them. Like there's still a fair amount width-wise of the factory, but it's much higher and lower than here.
I'm fine with that. How many swoop bikes are we talking about?
Just short of a dozen.
A dozen. Okay, well maybe I don't have such a good idea then.
I think the good idea would be to not be here anymore.
You do see that all of the swoopgangers are wearing a black Nerf-hide jacket and running from like over the shoulder pit to pit is a bunch of spikes. One of them with a giant lobster-tailed trench coat.
What's the window made of?
Normal glass. If you want to shoot through it, go right ahead.
Good.
Okay, I got a dumb thing I'm gonna do as well. Maybe after Kobo wants to blow out the window, I might finally make use of enhance. Brandon, if you want to shoot, that I think that would need to happen first.
Yep. There's a lot of people getting caught in our crossfire, and we should deal with this now.
I agree.
Koba pulls out his slug thrower, fires several times into the window to break it, and then dives out, looking for possibly some convenient piping or something to catch to brachiate downward.
Kesh is going to leap after him, hopefully with a force-enhanced jump. My goal is more to propel myself down to medium range. If I can time it right, maybe hit one of these swoopers with my staff as I go by. Or as he goes by me, so I'm coming down, he'll be going horizontal.
Hillary's going to look at Skip and say, "Shall we take the stairs?"
Skip will nod yes. Follow after you.
So Kesh also leaps out the window.
For clarification, it should be a baker's dozen. 13.
Okay.
So 12 and then a leader.
Yeah.
A pauldron, if you will.
Well,
but with a much cooler trench coat. The lobster tail.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Cash is not aiming for anybody in particular, just whoever happens to be hopefully conveniently nearby where she's going to land.
Okay, so you're wanting to land on one of the swoop bikes?
So I can use the force leap as a maneuver.
Okay.
And I want to try to and I can go up to potentially medium range, essentially jump down, and as she's falling down, and if one of the swoops going by, essentially hold out my staff and catch the guy, hopefully knocking him off the swoop as I land. So not trying to land on the bike myself, but so much as take somebody off of one of theirs as they go by.
That is doable. I'm going to add in a setback on account of bike movement.
That's fair.
Otherwise, yeah, go right ahead. Just going to consider it a melee strike.
Son of a...
Biscuit.
All right, I want to be cool. I want to use my staff. That's it. I'm doing it. So I rolled my 3 force dice and got 3 dark side pips. So I'm going to flip a light side point, and I need to take 2 conflict and 2 strain to do this since we're so high up. Because I need 1 to activate enhance and 1 to expand the range to medium. Actually, hang on a second. Before I might retract that. I'm going to make use of my natural mystic to re-roll that first.
That seems reasonable.
And see if I can do better.
You did, technically.
Okay, I still had to flip the point, but I took 1 less conflict and 1 less strain since I managed a light side pip this time.
Yay.
And then melee. I am...
It's just going to be 2 purple, 1 setback.
Okay. I'm just yellow, green, green for this. 1 success and 1 threat. So that'll be 7 damage to the swooper.
That's impressive.
I agree.
Well, it's impressive just generally. It's more along the lines of that's exactly how much health one of them has.
Oh, okay.
High five.
Yay. All right. So I guess what Kesh, as she leaps down, catches one of these guys with her staff and just he stops moving and the swoop keeps moving.
Well, how do you want to describe the swoop? Because, yeah, the rider did the somewhat classic. No, they've got their hands up. This would be fairly high catch. So, upper.
Yeah. Upper just shoulders. So I think they're taken off of the swoop, and I think the swoop probably has a fail safe where the engine powers off and it sort of drifts, maybe to stopping around like short range from Kesh. That way, it's an available object should other people want to make use of it.
Okay.
And how do you want to spend the threat?
I mean, it's just one. I'm thinking that this is the first time Kesh is doing this sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, no. Kesh, I've got something. I'm wanting to bank that.
Okay.
Bum, bum, bum.
All right. So that's me.
Koba is going down through athletics, if I
Or coordination.
Coordination,
one of the two.
yeah. Either one.
Doing the climby thing.
Yeah.
Difficulty?
There's a lot of stuff around there, and you're not actually that far if you're just going straight down, so I'm going to go with average. I'm going to go with upgraded, so 1 red, 1 purple, on account of there's a lot of stuff going on, and it's distracting.
I'll flip a point to upgrade as well.
I was going to be using a flip point, so let's just
Okay,
leave it.
cool. Breaks even.
We're in the middle.
1 advantage.
Ouch.
Ooch. All right, so I'm figuring that you're going to make it down, but is going to be essentially knocked prone at the end of it. Like your last catch doesn't land right with an advantage.
With the advantage, can I have at least drawn my lightsaber on the way?
Sure.
Maybe that's why I messed up the last catch, is I was trying to be cool and like grab one last handhold to swing off of while also drawing lightsaber out, and it was just too many things. So lightsaber drawn, ignited. Koba kind of starting to get back to his hands.
That gives us Hillary and Skip. You were going down the stairs?
Yeah, Hillary had asked Skip if they wanted to do this. What did you say? You said after you or something like that?
I said, shall we take the stairs?
Shall we take the stairs? Skip is going to follow behind, let Hillary start going down the stairs. We're at a factory. There's nothing here for me to manipulate. And Skip is concerned about the holocron, which is now tucked in Skip's bag. So yeah, Skip is gonna book it with Hillary.
Do we know what have the swoop gangers? They're coming toward us. We know that much.
Yes.
Have they said what they wanted? Like, we're gonna get you. You're coming with us.
At the moment, they haven't said anything. This is in the initial just sort of bull rush of them.
Skip will start by following Hillary, but on the landing right outside of the office, Hillary is going to stop, and he is going to climb up onto the railing carefully, activate his collar mic, his collar amplifier that he has, because this is the showman's coat that he inherited. And in an amplified voice, he is going to say, "My name is Hillary Al-Orek of the Flying Al-Oryx. What do you want from us?"
You're pretty sure that at least a couple of the ones close have heard you, and the one with the eye patch and the lobster tail trench coat seems to be doing a kick turn, heading directly at the stairs now. For the most part, they're using the walking paths to drive their swoops down, or just over. And this one, they were chasing after a droid that had piqued their interest. They whip their head around to where you are, and then you see them kick out a leg, skid the swoop in a pretty much hairpin turn, start heading toward Hillary. They've got a blaster pistol up, looks to be kind of modified, and yeah, they're heading straight at the stairs that Hillary is at. they're not really close enough, and there's enough noise that if they're saying anything other than just yelling, you can't really hear it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you're really certain that they heard it because they didn't do this until you had done it.
Okay.
And what is Skip doing?
Watching their companions make very strange life choices.
At any point from us going back to the Silvered Shell or us coming back from the Silvered Shell and coming here, would there have reasonably been any place where Skip could have found some dirt or rocks?
Yeah, I'm thinking it's like most downtowns where there's, like, you've got the roads, you've got the sidewalks, like, you've also got planters and, like, where trees are and that sort of thing. It isn't just pure concrete. You do
Okay.
have planters and that you could swipe some dirt or plant from.
This is something that I had intended to do, but I forgot in the heat of everything. Can I flip a light side point to say that Skip filled a very large pouch with a lot of dirt, like not super, like large enough, like their biggest backpack would be dirt.
Okay, I was figuring like it's the large pocket on a pair of cargo pants.
Oh well, that's fine too. Whatever
Okay,
you'll let me do.
Okay, like in that range. Okay, sure, yeah, totally.
Then what I want to do is kind of
Awesome.
'cause Skip has gained an awareness that what they can do really sort of relies on having organic type things to mess with. So Skip is going to dump out this amount of dirt and then use Alter to manipulate the dirt, in so much dirt as there is, to make, I guess I'm imagining it's probably only enough dirt to like really make a pretty small area kind of dusty, and maybe I'm trying to do the one that is giving concealment, and so I'm trying to justify that by like kicking a lot of dirt up into the air with the force powers, like, you know, manipulating the dirt, just like shooting it off in Hillary's direction.
I'm with you. What I'm still figuring that, yeah, it would sort of turn into a dirt rock wall or a dirt wall. Yeah, maybe.
Oh, you're thinking more wall than like swirling disruption. Okay.
Or swirling disruption, actually, that makes more sense than what I'm talking about. A swirling cloud of dirt around Hillary.
Yeah, so it just would give Hillary a little bit of concealment, according to this.
So Hillary is now within this vortex of dirt.
But I need to roll because I need to spend
yes.
a thingy. So I have 2 dark side points that I could potentially play with to make this happen. Skip's gonna do it. Yeah. So I will use one of them to make sure it works. Tap into annoyance and fear of tiny Hillary being hurt.
That totally works.
I survived a bounty hunter. I'm fine.
I just saw you get really, really, really hurt.
So
yesterday.
you just brought me back from being very unconscious. So okay,
So,
fair
yeah.
enough.
You suffer a strain and gain a conflict for the pit.
Yep.
So you only need the one though?
Correct.
Okay. That totally works. Then also
If
flipping at dirt.
I had more dirt and reasonably thought that I could do this, but we're so scattered, I'm not going to try to cover more people.
Fair enough.
I am appreciative.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Heroes of the Hydian Way. You can find show updates on Twitter at The Hydian Way, and you can find me, Ben, on Twitter at Deuterium Ice.
I'm Brandon, and you can find me on Twitter at Blue of the Kin.
I am Leslie at LesletGS.
I'm Christine at 12th Night. That's 12th and Night with a K.
I'm Ren. You can find me at Ren Apollo.
We are all at thehydianway.com, where you can find previous episodes.
You can also find more episodes on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. where you can also help us by rating, reviewing, and subscribing.
We are on Facebook as The Heidian Way, and you can holocom us at heroes@theheidianway.com.
If you like what we do and you want to support the show, you can find us at patreon.com/theheidianway.
Or you can send the team some credits to pay our probably extensive talking fees at this point at ko-fi.com/theheidianway.
I think Koba's plan is just to have them repo the silvered shell.
To learn more about our heroes, we get one to ask another a question. And it is now Hillary's turn.
And I totally remembered that before we sat down to record this. Koba,
Roll on top of it.
I have what may amount to be a strange question.
2.
I said Koba.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I missed that.
Oh, yeah, I missed it too.
Somebody give me a really ridiculously built species.
Doug?
Okay,
The Quirmian.
which one's the Quirmian?
Quirmian's good, yeah.
They're one of the multitudes of four-armed
What are the snake-tailed four-armed people?
Thespasian ones.
Okay, they're
Yeah,
also
Thespasian.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're also out there.
I mean, could just go with Duros. That'd be hilarious.
No, I want something that's not one of us. Vespasian? Is that what I'm saying?
Thespasian.
Thes, with a TH?
Yeah. Yep.
So like a thespian, but not. Besides, I think we're going to start you out maybe as a doge. Never been quite sure what a doge is, but it's cool sounding.
Arf, arf, arf.
I didn't want to make the joke, but that's exactly where I was going.
Some sort of canid.
That's right, it's the internet.
I can see the waveforms for the train.
Oh no.
That's how loud this one is.
Yeah, this one's actually pretty impressive. Like sky-sized swords, they would worry about. But otherwise, Cloud. Whatever.
Oh, the giant person-sized sword?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Oh. Cloud Strife.
I mean, Sephiroth's 8-foot katana might also be suspicious.
With a gun.
By the way, that brings us down to 2 light side points and 5 dark side points now.
Yeah.
I didn't tell you to announce it because last time I told you to announce it in the second episode, you said, I don't normally announce it in the second
I
episode.
normally don't do that. I actually brought it up earlier. I was going to do it, but then I always get distracted during the question. And then Ben launches into the story and I forget to do it.
Into the mouse droid. All right, so,
so you get it 20 minutes in. Yay.
that went more smoothly than anticipated.
Okay, so that sounds like a charm. How the heck did I say a charm check? That sounds like a charm check on him.
Was it Zell, was it?
Star Wars have to have an apostrophe.
I almost got it right, except for the apostrophe.
Really? I gotta enter it twice.
Oh, I got a bad feeling about this.
I've got 2 bad feelings about this.
Oh, I got a really bad feeling about this.
So,
Can I get a clarify as well on the way that you said his last line was read to me as like angry, and I wasn't sure if that was him being angry or just like a matter of or like, you know, starting to be aggressive towards us or something.
I wasn't sure the last line was actually even him talking.
Oh, was that not him?
I too am unsure if the implication is that he set us up or
Right.
if these guys have just followed us here.
'Cause what did you said? You said wonderful, I think, but like in a very
Yeah.
like. I didn't know if that was Ben.
I
Like
took it as more aggression
yes,
at the swoops, not at us.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it's at the swoops, yes.
Okay, cool.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't read it that way either.
I wasn't sure if it was like, we're about to be double crossed.
It's a very valid concern.
Meta-wise, you're not being double-crossed. The reason why I'm spending that is I'm going with you are essentially being tailed /
Okay.
Carl may have fed them where they wanted to go.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
They found
So-
us one way or the other.
Yeah.
Is that from Transformers?
Yeah, because these swoops are going to turn into other guys, right? That's how it goes.
Gee, I hope not.
Well, this scene is to dare to be stupid in my brain, so you can't
Oh,
stop me.
gosh.
Oh,
Now I'm going to have that
is
stuck in my head. Thank you.
amazing And so bad. Fair
Alright.
enough.
I
You
am
could also
appreciative.
probably manipulate the moisture that's just ambient in the air. There's a lot of molten
Yeah.
stuff. Like there's
I didn't think about water. I've only been thinking about dirt and rocks and plants.
no. The
Oh my
concealment
gosh.
thing should not be considered a subset of the base power so much as a separate manipulation. Anyway,
Okay, well,
You're a bender.